back. So as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be doing a review on the new Urban Decay All Nighter foundation that just came out. So yeah, I'm wearing it today.
Left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't want to waste what's left.
Start with packaging. So I love the packaging on this. It's very eye-catching. And so this is the box that it comes in. It's like silver, it's got some lines crossing through it. And on the inside's purple, of course, Urban Decay. And this is what the packaging looks like. So it's this like steel, it's plastic, but it looks very like, it looks like it's like steel. So on the front it says All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation, Full Coverage, Matte Finish, Oil Free. Of course. Full Coverage, Matte Finish, Oil Free Foundation. And on the back it says to shake before use, 6 months. Once you open it, you get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for a foundation. And it comes with a pump, which is awesome. You always want to pump with your foundation for sanitary reasons. And the shade that I picked up is shade 4. It is a little, I would say it's borderline. Like once I start losing my tan, it will be too dark. So I could probably go down a shade. And in the winter, definitely like 2 shades. Yeah, so let's get into the claims of the foundation. This foundation claims to be full coverage, long wearing. It claims to have a matte finish. It's waterproof and oil free. For the most part, I think I would agree with all of those claims. I wore it to work the other day for 8 hours and it definitely lasted. I was sweating at work. It was really busy, as always, and it didn't seem to melt off my face really. It stayed in place all day. They've got a full side of the box of what it claims to do, so let's go through that. The ultimate foundation for a flawless looking complexion, this waterproof formula provides complete coverage that lasts all day or all night with a modern matte finish that never looks overdone. Achieve a blown out effect you never thought possible for skin that looks amazing and stays that way. Perfect for all night affairs and other scandalous activities, this revolutionary formula is also comfortable enough to wear every day. We loaded this full coverage foundation with such an intense amount of pigment that a little goes a long way, and there's no need to build your coverage or apply multiple layers, which I agree, I would not do that. Light diffusing pigments blur flaws for beautifully protected skin, while high-tech ingredients mattify and absorb oil to reduce the appearance of shine. Choose from a wide range of meticulously calibrated shades for your most perfected complexion. Shake well, then buff on with one of our UD Pro foundation brushes. Whew, that's a mouthful. So, I would say I pretty much agree with everything they said on this box. Besides buffing it in with one of their foundations, I don't think that's necessary. I used a beauty blender, and I would recommend a beauty blender with this foundation just because it is so full coverage. I think a brush, sometimes brushes for me just like finish looks a little streaky, and then I end up just going over with a beauty blender anyways. So I don't know, you don't really need a brush that is advertised with a foundation. Like, that's just marketing. So use what you have and you'll be good, I swear. So I did write down some pros and cons about the foundation that I noticed. We'll start off with the cons, since there's not as many as the pros, and I want to end on a good note. So the cons are that it does oxidize slightly. I noticed that when I put it on, it definitely looks lighter, and once it sets, it dries darker. And when it dries, it definitely dries down. You don't feel it at all. It's not tacky, which is a pro. And I guess cons, another con would be coverage. I mean, I have acne scars here, and you can still see them through the foundation. It's just one layer of foundation, but with this foundation, you really don't want to layer it too much because it will look cakey. It does not look natural, which is another con. But the foundation does not claim to be natural looking. It is a full coverage foundation. So I don't know, there's that. You can still see some of my acne scars peeking through. So those are the cons that I noticed. It oxidizes slightly. The full coverage, you can still see my acne spots through, and I think that's pretty much it for the cons. Actually another con would be you really don't want to build this up because it will look cakey. Just one layer This camera is very forgiving, but just one layer, you can definitely see like the foundation building up around my nose because it's so heavy. But it doesn't feel heavy, which I think is a pro. So onto the pro. It's lightweight and it dries down, which I love. I always compare my foundations now to Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation because I love how that like dried down and you didn't feel it on your face at all. It was very lightweight for a heavier coverage foundation. So this has the same feel to it. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It definitely like it dries down. Nothing is coming off. It's transfer resistant. So that's nice. Just that it's easy to wash off at night. So as opposed to the Estee Lauder Double Wear, when I would try and like rub it off with a face wipe, I was literally like scraping my face to get that foundation off. It like sucks onto your skin. And this one doesn't do that. It's a lot easier to get off of your face, which is definitely good for your skin. So you're not like really being rough. You don't want to be rough with your face. So that's a plus. I would say it definitely lasts up to 8 hours. I have really oily skin, and right now in the summer it's very hot, so I sweat a lot, and it seemed to hold up to the sweat pretty well. It didn't budge. It didn't come off, especially like on my like hairline up here. I have to wear a hat for work, and it didn't rub off at all with the sweat, so I would say it's waterproof. It lives up to that claim. And the color range that they have, Urban Decay makes it really easy for you to find a shade that will match you. Any number that ends in 0.0 is going to have a warm undertone, and any shade that ends in 0.5 is going to have cool undertones. And then I believe they have like a 0.2 now in their shade range, which means it'll be for people that have neutral undertones. So they have warm, cool, and neutral. It's very easy to find your shade. Overall, I think it looks really good. I'm really enjoying it. I think I need to order another shade. I need to go down a shade because this really soon is going to be too dark for me. And if you're not looking for full coverage, I would definitely stray away from this because it is full coverage. I recently have not been using the Urban Decay Chill makeup setting spray just because it does add luminosity to the skin, and with the foundations I've been using, I don't want any extra luminosity on my skin. I want my skin to stay matte because I'm so oily. But because this foundation is so matte and it looks heavy on the skin, I do set my face with this to add a little bit of life back to the skin. Otherwise it just looks a little dry, and I have oily skin, so people with dry skin might not like this foundation too much. I think it will really emphasize dry patches on the skin. Even on my skin, I've noticed like my forehead looks a little dry, and definitely around my nose it's caked up a little bit. So if you have dry skin, I would definitely just get a sample if you want to try it out, because I mean, on my oily skin it looks heavy and it looks like it's a little dry. So yeah, overall, if you are into full coverage foundations and you like a matte finish, I would definitely give this a try. I love it. It definitely lasts all day, and it looks pretty good on the skin. Don't expect anything natural from it though, because it is not very natural looking. You can tell you're wearing foundation, but if that's the kind of look you're going for, then I think you will really love this. I think that's all I have to say about the foundation. I hope this video was helpful for anybody that's interested in the foundation, and if you like the video, give it a like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already so you can see future videos from me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye! What you gonna do with all of that? Word, I know what's up, you can have it all, watch me rip it off.